Yo, what up YouTube, what up boxing fans? There might be the fight of the year that happens today when Brandon Rios steps in the ring against Mile High Mike Alvarado at 140 pounds. This promises to be a tremendous fight, and both of these guys are great inside fighters. Brandon Rios has a great inside fighting game, great left hook, solid body shots, good uppercuts, really excellent inside fighter. And of course, Mike Mile High Alvarado is a huge fighter. It's pretty big for 140, and on the inside he's just a wrecking machine. This guy hurts you with body shots. He's got a great right hand. He's got a solid jab on the outside, but on the inside, vicious uppercuts. That's how he was able to finish off Rios Prescott in their hellacious fight. And both these guys just make for good fights overall. If you've seen Brandon Rios fight, he's always in a good fight. Mike Alvarado, he makes for a good fight. Both these guys have the styles to make a tremendous fight together, and that's why so many experts are predicting this as fight of the year. I cannot dispute that. I think there's a good chance that this is the fight of the year as well. It's just a tremendous fight on paper. Brandon Rios, to me, has a great chance at winning if he can get Mike Alvarado fight him on the inside. That's where Brandon Rios will have a great chance of winning, because he's a great inside fighter. And you know what? Rios Prescott was landing his uppercuts against Mike Alvarado. Mike Alvarado landed a lot of uppercuts in return. They were basically trading uppercuts for a lot of that fight. And Rios has good uppercuts. He knows how to throw a great left uppercut. He knows how to rip left hooks to the body and to the head. He's got a solid right hand. And Brandon Rios, the thing about him is he's one-dimensional. He can really only fight on the inside or when the opponent's right in front of him. He has trouble dealing with movement. That will give him problems. And the question is, can Mike Alvarado take a step back? Can he move side to side? Can he give him that lateral movement that will give him a decisive advantage in this fight? Or will he fight on Brandon Rios' terms and fight on the inside? I know he can fight on the inside. We've seen him do it before with great success. But if he concedes the fight to only fight on the inside, then he's giving Brandon Rios exactly what he wants. And even in the Rios Prescott fight, I saw flashes of him, use his jab, throw a lead right hand from the outside, and really just take advantage of a tiring fighter. And I think that's exactly what it takes to beat Brandon Rios. If you could hang with him on the inside for a while, and then have a few rounds to really just take a step back and use the whole ring, and just outbox him and land shots and not get hit in return, that's how you're going to beat a guy like Brandon Rios. And I think if someone has that dimension of boxing, to be able to just throw a jab, right hand on the outside, and get inside, land a few punches, but keep landing punches on the inside and the outside, that's what it's going to take to beat a guy like Brandon Rios. That's who's going to have the advantage in this fight. I have to admit, if this fight is solely fought on the inside, I think Rios has the edge. But I think Mike Alvarado has the dimension to fight just enough on the outside to win more rounds. And if this doesn't end in a knockout, I think Mike Alvarado will have the edge on the scorecards. And it's only a 10-round fight. If this goes the distance, I do see Mike Alvarado winning. I'm not sure if Brandon Rios can win a decision, although he's won disputed decisions before against Richard Abril, which most people see as a robbery. Because of that robbery already, I'm not sure we're going to see biased judging in this fight against Mike Alvarado. I think he's going to have a tough time winning a decision, and I think Mike Alvarado just might have the edge on the inside as well. You know, Brandon Rios, whenever he's fought, he's always been the bigger man. He was the bigger man against John Murray, bigger man against Urbano Antillon. He rehydrated to 151 pounds against Anthony Peterson in his disqualification victory, where Peterson resorted to throwing low blows. But that's not the case here. He's finally up against bigger men now. And you know what? It might not be bigger men because Rios, he still rehydrates up to 150 pounds, right? So he's still going to be a pretty big guy in the ring. But I think Mike Alvarado will be able to take his punch and give him something that he hasn't felt before. A real puncher that's throwing right back at him. I think that's going to give Rios problems. And I think that Mike Alvarado has what it takes to beat a guy like Rios. This is going to be a Fight of the Year candidate, no doubt. But I see Alvarado with enough of the advantage. On the outside, I think he'll be able to box a bit. And for those who don't think he can box, check out the 9th round against Breedis Prescott. If you saw that fight, you saw him get outboxed in the early rounds. But that 9th round, he went out and outboxed Breedis Prescott. He went out fighting an outside game, using his long jab and a solid right hand. And he outboxed Prescott. So, to do that in the 9th round, you know, where the fight's coming down to the wire, to really work that jab and outbox a guy like Breedis Prescott, who is a very solid boxer, speaks volumes of what he can do against Brandon Rios. And I just think Mike Alvarado can finish the job here and beat a guy like Brandon Rios. So that's how I see it. I think Mike Alvarado can win this fight by knockout or by decision. But I like Alvarado in this fight as long as he takes a step back and uses that jab. However, if the fight is mainly on the inside, then Brandon Rios will have the edge. But I do like Mike Alvarado overall, and I'm picking him to win. So that's how I see it. It is what it is, guys. Peace out. Take care.